Hi everyone, I'm Hales and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you all the things that I made in the month of June, and I have 5 things that I'm going to show you. I'm just going to launch straight in and I'll chat through the things as I go along. So I'm going to start off with the first item, which is what I'm wearing, which is another Doe Plaintain tee. It's a really quick make for me. I bought a metre of fabric, bought it off eBay, so it only cost me like £5. It's a viscose jersey. There's not much to say about it. I've made these last month, or in May I think it was. I think maybe April and May featured a Plaintain tee. It is a free PDF pattern. I will try and find the link and put it in the description box below, so if you want to go and check that out. I've made the short sleeve version. You can do a 3/4 length with optional patch pocket. Again, I've just done the short sleeve one. It's nice and loose and airy, perfect for the summer. And that's about all there is to say for that one. The next thing I'm going to show you is a pair of shorts, and I use the Emerson shorts pattern by True Bias. It's trousers or pants or shorts, so there's like a cut-off line for the shorts. I thought I would try the shorts pattern just to kind of toilet, muslin it. It's a funny word that, but you know what I mean, to try out the size to see if I wanted to make it into the full length trouser or not. But as the weather is like, well, it's like really cloudy today, but summer, I need some shorts anyway. So here they are. Now this is not my fabric of choice. This is basically what I had in my stash from 2-3 years ago, which I randomly bought. It might even be a cotton poplin. I never buy cotton poplin, so it shows that how old they are. So I'm not a floral person, but it was purely just to test out the shape and the size. Now I did do, this is like version 3 or 4. Oh, I've had a bit of a nightmare with photos. My phone is somehow syncing with my daughter's iPad, and so I deleted all my selfies off her iPad, and then by doing that it wiped them all off my phone. If I delete off my phone, she still gets them on the iPad, but for some reason the other way around, deletes them all, and I can't even find them. Looked in the cloud, can't find my progress photos of my fitting, but I put them on my Instagram stories, and so I have created a highlight on my Instagram profile. If you go on there, I will put a photo of it on the screen here. That I have one just doing short sewing, and it shows all the twirls that I made and the fitting adjustments that I made. And unfortunately I can't put them in this video because they're covered in writing and I can't work out how to save it back onto my phone. All very boring, but it's just to say that I did take photos of the purpose of the video. They've now deleted off, but you can find them if you hop over there, and I'll put a link in the description box to my Instagram. Okay, so here they are. So they are flat fronted with an elastic back. I originally made them and I couldn't get them over my hips. I have about a 10-inch difference between my hips and my waist, and so when they're a pull-on, you've got to pull that waist section over your hips. So although I went off the measurements on the measurement chart, I had to size up on the waist so I could get them over my hips. And then I found that they were quite big on the legs, so I had to taper them down. And also on these ones, they're a little bit too short for me. They're fine for around the house and maybe at the beach, but anything else, they do rise up a bit. I don't have that thigh gap, so that if you know what I mean, they do work their way up a little bit. So I will show you the pattern piece of what I did. On the very first version, they were too long in the crotch, so I took 1 inch out. So there is, sorry to rustle, but she does put a lengthen and shorten line across here on where the crotch is. So I did take 1 inch out of the front crotch, but nothing out of the back crotch. And that seemed to get rid of the excess, that seemed to work. And then down here, the line for cutting for the shorts version is here. And I just found them too short. So if you see, that's the crotch, and then like, they're really short, they're not very long at all. So I did lengthen it, but then I found that they were like a really frumpy length and that they were too long. So I did then cut about 1 inch off. So I would say I probably extended them. The finished one's probably about 1.5 inches to what it says on the pattern here, which I will show you because that is make number 3. So make number 3, It's another pair of shorts, and I made these in a navy linen. I think it's a linen mix, but I thought they'd be nice and cool to wear, and being a plain fabric, it would go nicely with my t-shirt and with other t-shirts as well, because if I make pattern things, I find it hard to then pair because I don't necessarily have lots of plain tops. So I'm quite happy with like a stripy t-shirt, but then I need something plain on the bottom half. So with those shorts, I think I've taken the footage with a black t-shirt, and that's, no, that was, I was gonna say it's a ready to wear t-shirt. It's not, it's the V-neck Diana top by Style Up, which I made the other month. It's not a great fit because it's in a ponte, so it's like really thick, but it was just to have a plain black top to go with this shorts. Anyway, enough of my waffle. Here they are. You do get the old problem with linen in that it does crease and it does then bag out at the back. So for me, they are a bit of a wear them once, then they're going straight in the wash type thing, because they'll be all baggy and loose out. But they are really cool to wear, and I think I will make some more. Unfortunately, the waistband stretched out when I was sewing it, because you have you interface one, then you have the facing as well. And when I came to attach the waistband to the shorts, and this happened with both pairs, so different types of fabric, I had about an extra inch of waistband to what there was on the shorts. So I did have to kind of like slice it. So I got the waistband, I'll show you my bodge here. So I got the waistband, pulled it out, cut it, and sewed it, and then I had loads of like overlocking edges, so I've literally just stitched like a patch over it so it didn't rub when I'm wearing it. No one can see, it's all on the inside, but just to bear that in mind. And I think these are a little bit loose, so I think I maybe need to grade down slightly on the waist, but not too much, because I obviously still need to pull up over my hips. But they are a good make, and I may well get some fabric and make the full length trousers version. Okay, make number 4. So I'm whizzing through these. I told you I would whiz through these, and that is this top here, and it's by Sew Over It, and they brought out an ebook of patterns, and it was called the Summer Dreaming Capsule Wardrobe. So there's 5 main patterns in the collection of PDF patterns, but they have different variations for each of them, so it makes a lot more clothes, and it's designed so you can sort of interchange them and make them into a capsule wardrobe. Sorry, I'm just like waving this about, but all of them have like tie closures or like elastic in them, your button, but there's no zips in any of them. So if you don't like zips, I'm not that bothered about zips, I'm fine with those, but this doesn't. And the great thing about this one, which is the Ravello top, this is designed to be a short version. There is a longer version which has been pictured as like a swimsuit cover up, so that kind of goes over your hips more, but this one is designed to be short-waisted. Not my style at all, but I thought I would go out of my comfort zone and just make something different that I wouldn't normally buy or wear, and just see what it's like. So I ordered some viscose off eBay fairly cheaply. It stretched out all over the place, so I've learned my lesson for buying cheapy fabric, and there's a reason why it's cheap. But Lisa Comfort, who designed the whole ebook of patterns, she's done like a photo shoot, and she has this top in white, and it goes quite nicely with trousers, a skirt, a whole pile of things. I guess that's the whole point of a capsule wardrobe, but I thought I'd try it. And the good thing about this one is that it has adjustable ties. So if you are like me and your weight fluctuates, particularly now if you've been under lockdown and, you know, free access to the snack cupboard, it's really good, because it will fit you, because you just tie it and you can loosen it however tight or loose you want. So it gives really good coverage, so it will just, because it goes around and you're pulling on the tie, which then wraps around to the other side, then it pulls tight. So it's not like a normal wrap top where you sort of like do it over and then just stitch at the seams, then it could like gape open. You can pull those ties and it really pulls the wrap in. So although it is quite a deep V, it really gives good coverage. It's a grown on kimono sleeve, so it is quite wide, so I don't know if I will wear like a camisole or something underneath it, I'm not sure, because if you sort of go like that you can see right in, but then it is quite floaty. So I don't know, you can tie it at the side, you can tie it at the back, it's long enough for those ties, they're really long. That is the downside, I suppose, it's cutting this out. I've got a really small cutting mat, I think it's A3, and it's not big enough for the ties. So I was trying to like cut it with a rotary cutter, then move the board, then cut another bit. I think that didn't help with things stretching out a bit. So the front has stretched out slightly, but I quite like the make, and it's to go with make number 5. My last make is also from the ebook. And if you don't know what I mean by the ebook, if you go on to Sew Over It on their website, you will find a link, and it is, I think it's £30 for the pack of 5 PDFs. So you can either print them at home, or you can pay extra, which is what I did for Sew Over It, to print them for you, or you can get those PDFs and just print them one at a time through like an independent printing company and do it that way. Because I knew that these were going to be quite big pattern pieces, and I always thought I'd just smash out for once, because I never do, and then I try and stick it at home and it doesn't really work. So I think it's £30, and then you have to print them. So just so you know. And also I paid for the printing of the patterns, but it didn't include printing the instructions, so I have had to print them at home, and I'm just printing the pages which don't have full colour photos in them, because I'm really learning. I'm doing them in black and white. Anyway, this is the Alba skirt. It's really hard to show you holding it up, so I will insert, hopefully, I think I did take footage of this. It's in bright yellow. I ordered the fabric online. I thought it was mustard. It's bright yellow. It's not my choice, but I thought I would just sew it up anyway and just see how the fit is and everything. It's really thin, so it's really see-through, so I can't actually wear it out, because I've tried it with all kind of different colours underwear and you can just see through. Also, when I washed it and I hung it on the line, all of these little black beetles were covered. They were all over it, and I just thought, and my daughter reminded me that when she has sports day in the team who have to wear yellow t-shirts, that they're covered in bugs, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that now. Maybe that's not a good idea. But it was good for the fit and judging how it works. So I have decided to cut off, not at the minute, but for my next one, to cut some length off at the back, because it is a dipped hem, which also means that I can't line it easily, because you needed to have really probably interlined it and treated it as one piece of fabric. It's not, you can't wear a slip because you've got that sort of tulip wrap over it at the front, so you would see, so it wouldn't really work with a slip. So it's not really wearable, but I'm fine with that. I'm just treating it as a practice garment for the fit. Again, this is adjustable ties, so it's really good, and you can tie it, you know, you go out for a big meal or something, loosen off those straps, and it fits really well. It is really high-waisted, so when I pair it with the Ravello top, the white Ravello top, although it's designed as a short top, so you do show a bit of midriff, there's not that much to show, because the skirt is very high-waisted and the top sits quite nicely as well. With going back to that Ravello top, if you wear it with high-waisted jeans, I don't think high-waisted jeans come up as high as like this skirt does, so you will need to bear that in mind. You may show more of the tummy area, but if you're happy with that, then that's not a problem. So I will be making more patterns from the Sew Over It ebook, and so keep an eye out for that in July. And in the meantime, check out my progress makes, which I will try and put on my stories or on my Instagram grid. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, and I will see you again next time.